Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. This is Mr. Marty. This is the very first video I'm making for you guys, and I hope you enjoy it. Now we're going to start a new chapter, chapter 14, the Earth and the Moon. And I wanted to take a minute and talk about the Moon specifically. You see, like it says on the book, it's the only extraterrestrial body human beings have ever visited in the universe. And it's also only been visited by 12 people. But you see, the moon is not just an important scientific object, it's also a very culturally important object. The moon is very, very routinely associated with love, it's associated with the world, the universe out there, right? People used to think that the moon was made out of cheese, even. So, you see, the importance of science is still relevant, though. Now, what I want to talk about is we're going to start this chapter, and I wanted to give you an introduction to it. We're just going to stay here in this first page, on page 16 and 17, that has a very beautiful image of the Earth and the Moon in the background. Where I want to read to you a couple of concepts that I think we should talk about, and then we'll discuss it a little further in the meet on Thursday at 10:30, I believe. 9:30, I'm sorry, 9:30. I'm going to write a couple of questions, and I'm going to give you the questions now. It says, what are the characteristics of Earth? What are the moon's distinguishing features? How are these celestial bodies related to each other? How do you think the distance between Earth and the moon affects life in our planet? Now, these questions are a little leading because it allows us to begin the conversation about the moon. You see, the Earth, there are concepts that we have to deal with, and related to what's related to all this spatial area, all this whole universe that is out there. I mean, the moon as a celestial body is the only thing that we understand as a little bit, because we know it was something that we pulled from the universe, and it just coalesced next to us, and it rotates, and it doesn't spin, but it goes around the Earth along with us as we go along the sun. Now, I want you to think about a little ideas, a little concepts that we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about rotation, we're going to be talking about revolution, climate, solstices, equinoxes, tides, and eclipses. I want to know how familiar you are, so I'm going to probably upload them in the lesson and have you define them. Finally, I want you to expand a little bit on how you think the Earth and the Moon how the Moon affects life on planet Earth. To give you a little bit of an example, maybe you know this, but some of you not. For example, the Moon, it's what controls the tides. What is the tide? Well, in the ocean, when water comes in and out, it ebbs back and forth, right? As the moon shifts along the sky, so does the water on the ocean go a little further into land. Why does it do that? Well, that's part of the things we're going to learn about. And that's also very important. In science, there are questions questions are more important than answers. Why? Because once you have an answer, you're done. So you have to move forward to something else. And the more you know, the more you realize that there are more things that you need to know. So this is a bit of an introduction, short introductory video. Be sure to read the elements on page 316 and 317, so we can discuss them on Thursday's meet. Okay? Have a good one. Bye-bye.